Sure, yeah. I'd love to tell you a little bit more about the teachers. I'm not going to name names just because I'm not sure whether or not they would actually like to be included in my blog, but I'll definitely describe a little bit more about it. The school has done this assistantship program for, gosh, over 10 years. So they're all of the teachers are very accustomed to having that strange, English speaking person kind of hanging out in the teachers lounge. So everyone knew me. Oh, you're Lindsay. Oh, you're Lindsay. Oh, okay. So that was kind of nice. Everyone's been very friendly. But I am working predominantly with three English teachers, and you'll notice that I'm doing it this way. This is how French people count as opposed to three like Americans would do. So there's three English teachers that I'm working with that are the high school English teachers. And the French school system works differently than American school systems, which I will definitely explain later in a post of some sort. But so I'm working mostly with the older students, mostly what would be the equivalent of the juniors and seniors in American high schools. But they're hilarious. They're all, I'd say, middle-aged. I'd say they're in their 30s or 40s. Maybe one of them's a little bit older than that, but they've all been very, very helpful, very funny. French school systems are just a lot different. It's much more laissez-faire, so they don't ever seem frazzled by the fact that, oh, there's a class that's in the classroom that you're supposed to be in. Oh, you don't have the key. Oh, the kids didn't show up. No big deal. We'll work it all out eventually. But yeah, no, they've been great. I have one person who's my contact, and she's very nice. She has a daughter who is in elementary school, so she's very, very busy, but she always makes a point to check in and make sure I'm okay. There is another teacher that has a very cute little almost British accent when she speaks English, and she's constantly coming to me with things that she's working on in her class to make sure that she understands what the passage is about and how would you say that, what is the meaning behind this and stuff. So it's been nice to be able to help her with that. And then there is one teacher, oh my goodness, she is such a spitfire. I absolutely adore her. She always makes me laugh. She actually lived in Maryland for a couple of years teaching French to English students. And so she totally understands what I'm going through and, is recommending things that I should and should not do while I'm here. So it's been really fun getting to know the English teachers as well as some of the other teachers. I have to say that there are two gym teachers at the school, and one of them is a young man, and he reminds me exactly of the French version of Mr. B. So it always makes me laugh when I see him because it reminds me of Mr. B. So hi, Mr. B. I miss you. Gosh, okay, the students, so much fun. I've really, really been enjoying having my classes. It's been funny talking to the other assistants because it seems like their schools have been easing them into teaching classes on their own, where so they've done a couple of weeks worth of observations where I literally observed two classes with the teachers and started teaching the kids on my own. So a little bit of a difference there, but that's okay. I'm up to the challenge, you all know me. But yeah, so I work in small group settings. The smallest class I have is 5 students. The largest class I have is about 15 students, 12, 15 students. They range in age and level abilities, and they range in different concentrations. In French high schools, you're allowed to choose a concentration, so whether it be business or the sciences or literature. So it's been interesting trying to see what they seem to all connect with in the different areas of study, but they seem intrigued by me, by American culture, and the fact that I'm just trying to be goofy up in the front of the class to get them to talk. But I did a unit thus far on me, where I'm from in the United States, because no one really knows too much about New Hampshire. And this week, I am doing lessons on Halloween because French people don't really celebrate Halloween. So, and it's such a big deal in the States that I thought it might be kind of fun to teach them the vocabulary. One of my favorite things is that French people have a very hard time pronouncing the H and the TH sound in English. So it's very funny. I taught them how a werewolf howls, owls, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, I have to say for the most part, they've been pretty engaged because, quote unquote, the assistant is the fun class because it's mostly conversational. So there's no homework and, I'm not a real teacher. I'm not strict on grammar and things like that. I'm just trying to create a fun and inviting environment for them to actually open up and start talking because I know how difficult that is. It's always the part of learning a language that I hated. So, getting over those fears and just trying. And if you make a mistake, it's okay. And so I've been trying to explain that to all of them, that it's just supposed to be a comfortable environment, and it seems as though they're reciprocating. So we'll see how it goes. I know that you all seem to think that I'm going to be meeting my future husband here, but no, I have not met anyone that fits those qualifications yet. Though I will comment a little bit on French culture in general and dating in particular. We've all noticed, all the English assistants and I have noticed that the men seem to be much more carefree, much more easygoing, laugh, make friends very easily with men here, and they are much more aggressive than men back in the States. If they see you across the room and they think you're attractive, they'll come right up to you and, won't leave your side all night. And so that's been kind of funny. So we've definitely been making a lot of friends. However, if you do not reciprocate an instant attraction to them as they do, they seem to have a hard time just being friends with you. So it's all or nothing with French guys. The ladies, on the whole, it's very hard to make friends with French women. They just, are a little aloof, they don't try. And I think that's why the French guys are having so much fun talking to all of us, because they're so accustomed to French women who kind of just, give them the brush off. And here we are actually engaging in conversation with them. So yeah, it's definitely been fun. We have a lot of admirers, but no future husband yet. But I will be sure to keep you updated.